Today, we're going to be talking you through exactly what we've got in our backpacks. We're packing for a 6-month trip and we want to show you exactly what we've got in the backpacks.
So we're actually going to be going to quite a range of different countries. So some of them are going to be hot, some of them are going to be a bit cooler. So we're going to have to pack clever, and we're going to take you exactly through what I've got in my backpack and what Callum's got in his.
So this right here is my backpack. This is the Osprey 4.70 litre backpack. It's a really, really good backpack. Basically, we've been using it for the past year and a half on our travels, and it has not disappointed me. So I'll show you what the features of this backpack are, and then we'll talk you through Sarah's backpack that she's going to be taking with her. Okay, so this is my backpack. This is the Osprey 4. So basically, it's got two sections. You've got the smaller backpack here, and then the bigger backpack at the back. And what happens is you can basically unclip this, and this then zips off here. On this side, you can zip it off. So you've basically got yourself a little day bag, which is really handy. It's quite a small day bag, but it's really handy for traveling. I basically keep all of my electronics and things in here. So I'll keep my laptop and bits and bobs in there. But then another thing that I really like about this backpack, you can open it this way. Most backpacks you open from the top, but with this one, it opens like this. So you can pack all of your things in there really nice and tidy. And for me, someone who's quite messy, it's quite an easy way of keeping everything organized. So all of the stuff is in one compartment, and then you do get this other little section here. Basically, it's just really good for storing other smaller little bits. But what we'll do is we'll talk you through exactly what we've got in the backpack in a minute. But first of all, we're just going to show you through Sarah's backpack.
Okay, so now I'll talk you through my backpack, and it's a little bit different from Callum's, but it's still an Osprey. It's an Osprey Wren, and it's actually 65 litres. And what's really good about this backpack is actually the design. So this is actually made specifically for women, and you can adjust it loads. It's really comfortable. The back bit here is great, and it's super good quality. So I've used this for our last backpacking trip, and it still looks like brand new. It's fantastic. So let me just talk you through some of the compartments that it's got, because it is a bit different to Callum's. So at the bottom, it's got this section here. So you can unclip these. And this is great because it's actually like a separate compartment to the main bag here. And it means that I can put my shoes in this bottom bit without having to take out all of the bits that are in the main section. So I can just get in and out really easily to this bottom section here. So I'll zip that back up. And then it's got these sort of side pockets on both bits here, which is quite handy if like you've overpacked a little bit and you just need to shove a bit extra into the sides. Then, actually I'll flip it back round. There's a bit of a hidden compartment in the back. So there's this bit here that you can zip. And this is actually like at the very top of your backpack. So actually you can fit a lot more in here than you think. So I actually tend to try and put my like dirty laundry and stuff in this bit, because then it's separate from all my clean clothes. So that's really handy. Okay, so then the last bit is obviously the main compartment. Then this bit just unclips and opens like that. And it's just got a drawstring opening. So you just lift that just to loosen it, and then it gives you a really, really wide opening here. So then you can just pull out everything from the top like this. And it's not actually, it looks like it could be a nightmare to organise, but that's where packing cubes come in handy, and you can literally just lift all your main clothes out of it and you're done.
Deciding on what to pack is very important, but so is having data when you're abroad, which is why we've decided we're going to solve our problem by getting an eSIM with Jetpack Global. If you don't know what an eSIM is, essentially an eSIM will give you data when you're abroad without having to put a physical SIM card in your phone. That's why it's super handy if you're like us and you're going to be traveling to lots of different places. This means that you can keep your UK or EU, wherever you are, SIM card in your phone and not have to worry about getting data or getting charged expensive fees whilst you're abroad. So for us, we're going to be in destinations such as Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, all of these destinations, and ideally we don't want to have to get a SIM card whilst we're there. That's why Jetpack Global will come in super handy and cover us for all of these destinations. Another great thing about Jetpack Global is that they have JetFlex, which is essentially a subscription for data whilst you're abroad. So you can choose how much data you want to pay for each month, and then this will cover you for all of the destinations. It's really, really useful for trips such as ours, where we're going to be traveling across multiple different countries. So I'm going to start by talking you through what I've got in my bag. So starting off with clothes, then this here is a good little packing cube. It's a compression packing cube, so it helps me to basically pack things up nice and tight so I can fit more in my bag. And this has got all of my basically trousers and shorts and things in there. So I have got a pair of swimming shorts, which obviously you need. I only bring one pair, that's enough, that should do me. So one pair of swimming shorts, a pair of nicer kind of shorts for going around, evenings out, that sort of thing. I then have 2 pairs of walking trousers. Now these are going to be really useful for this next part of the trip because we're going to be doing a lot of hiking. And one of the pairs is just basically the walking trousers, and the other pair doubles up as shorts as well, so you can take the legs off, which will be really handy. So when I'm out and about, I can basically take the legs off if it's too hot, and then I've got a pair of shorts and trousers when I need them on the same day. So that's that, and then I have another pair of shorts, which is basically just a relaxing kind of sports shorts type things. So they'll be useful for when I'm going on treks and things and we know it's going to be hot and I won't need my walking trousers. I probably would also bring a pair of jeans as well. This is one thing that I regretted last time because, you know, you can go on like evenings out for nice meals and things, and if you don't have a pair of jeans, then you kind of have to buy them when you're out there. So I'd recommend taking a pair of jeans or something similar to that. Next up, we've got all of my t-shirts in here. So this is the biggest bag and this will take up the most room in my backpack. I won't run you through all of it, but this has 1 jumper in there. It's also got about 7 or 8 t-shirts, which will last me for a week, and then I can do laundry after that. One thing people get a bit confused about is basically how you do your laundry. You can find laundrettes everywhere around the world and they're super cheap. So you really don't need to be packing an awful lot, especially if you're doing what we do. We like to stay in Airbnbs quite a lot that include washing machines. So that's quite useful if you want to wash your clothes. So I've got my jumper. This will be useful for the first part of our trip because it's going to be a little bit colder. But we are coming into spring now, so that's all good. And then basically just got multiple different t-shirts here, and then 1 tank top. So that should do me for whilst I'm away. And then I definitely won't show you these. This has just got underwear and socks and things in there. Usually bring about 5 pairs of socks. This time I'm bringing kind of thicker socks because I know that we're going to be doing a lot of hiking. And yeah, I'll probably bring about maybe 6 to 7 pairs of boxers, which will last me for a week, so we won't have to do any washing for a week.
In my backpack, I've got a total of 4 packing cubes. So I'll run you through what I've got in each of them. So in this one, this is my biggest one, and this has got all my sort of tops in it. So it's got a jumper, it's got t-shirts and strappy tops. So I'll just show you quickly. So these aren't compression packing cubes like Callum's, but I don't find that I actually need them. These work quite well, and the only problem with compression ones is that sometimes the zips can go. So these have actually worked quite well for me, and they've actually got like an extra little secure bit there to strap everything in. So I've got a jumper, which is handy sort of to be on planes or when it's a bit colder. I normally pack about sort of 3 or 4 sort of just smaller strappy tops. I can kind of get away with packing more clothes than Callum because mine are a little bit smaller. So yeah, so just like a few little tops like that. And then I also take some slightly nicer tops. So probably only like 2 or 3 maybe nicer tops like this. And then finally I'll take a couple of t-shirts as well. So I'll probably take maybe 3 or 4, just very basic. Oh, that looks see-through, but it's not, I can assure you. 3 or 4 t-shirts, just like that, which I can just wear sort of over leggings or with shorts. I also take more like a bit of a cover up. So this has just got longer sleeves here. And that can be good just in the evenings as the mosquitoes or whatever come out, or if you're just trying to cover up from the sun. And then some pajamas. So that's everything in that packing cube. So that's sort of all like tops. I've got in my next packing cube, I've got all my sort of shorts and trousers. So last time I went backpacking, I actually took a few skirts as well, but I actually found I just didn't really wear them. And I literally just had them sort of for if we went on the beach. This next trip, we're not planning to really be by the beach an awful lot. And I can just wear shorts, so I don't feel like I need to pack skirts as well, because it's just a little bit unnecessary. So I've got a pair of like comfy shorts here for when it's warm. I've got a pair of denim shorts, which I wouldn't normally suggest going for denim shorts, especially when it's hot. If you're in humid countries, then denim's not ideal, but these are actually really great, and they're like not typical denim shorts because they're quite loose. I've then got a pair of hiking trousers, and again these zip off like Callum's do, just at the sort of just above the knee, so they act as shorts as well. So I've got a pair of shorts and long trousers that I can then wear hiking, which is great. Then I've got some more sort of flowy trousers that can go past the knee, which are great for like temples or just to be a little bit more respectful. Pair of leggings, always handy, especially on travel days. And then finally, I've just got sort of like a pair of more like flowy trousers, which again can be so handy, like especially in the evenings again, if there's a lot of like flies and mosquitoes and things around in hotter countries, they're super handy. Okay, so third packing cube, it's sort of like things you don't necessarily need, but as a girl, it's quite nice to just have a few extra nice bits. So in here, in case like, you know, you want something a little bit more summery or for going out, I've just got one dress. So I've got this one here, for example, and this is great because it doesn't crease the material, it just goes really small. So that's really good. I also really like play suits and jumpsuits. I wouldn't actually advise this for travelling, but I love them because they're really comfy, but they're a nightmare when you want to go to the loo. And trust me, like when you've got like your little day bags and stuff, it can be a bit of a pain if you're out and about. But I've just got sort of one jumpsuit, super handy, especially in warmer weather. And then I've just got a cover up as well. So this is really handy. It's just like a little scarf, and it can double up for so many things. So you can literally just like wrap it around your shoulders. So even though I've packed strappy tops, then I can use this, you know, for like temples or just to cover up a little bit. I used this so much on our last set of travels, so that's coming with me again for this trip. So then in my last packing cube is all the boring bits. So just underwear, socks, bras, bits like that really. So again, I probably only take maybe 10 pairs of pants, a couple of bras, because we're constantly doing washing, but it is nice to sort of have a week and a half leeway so that you don't have to be washing all the time. And then last, which is also important, is I've got a microfiber towel packed up really small. Most of the places we stay, we already have towels, so it's not a problem, but this is good to take to the beach, or if we're staying somewhere that maybe doesn't include towels, then you've got something there for you. And then last but not least, a bikini. I'm actually going to take a bikini and a swimsuit, just one of each. Probably not going to do too much swimming, but it's just nice to have. And then finally, a pair of goggles. So some people take like snorkels or face masks, but I just don't get on with them very well. So I just take a pair of goggles, and I can do a little bit of snorkeling, see underneath, but it doesn't take up too much room. So that's everything clothes-wise. I'll just show you quickly what shoes I'm taking. Okay, so first of all, I only take 3 pairs of shoes, and that's to just try and cover a whole range of different things we're going to be doing, but without taking loads, because shoes are like the bulkiest thing to pack and you really don't want to be taking too much. So they're not the cleanest, but I've got a pair of flip-flops, and they're just really handy, as you can imagine. I've also got a pair of more like hiking trainers. So these, I kind of can double up with wearing them when we go on hikes, but also to sort of wear around the cities if we know we're going to be doing a lot of walking. I've got these here. They're really good. They're really lightweight. The backs like fold down, so you can literally just like, they go really small and they're super lightweight. And they've got quite a bit of grip on them as tread as well. So that's really handy. So that's my like one pair of trainers. So last pair of shoes are these Birkenstocks, and it might be feel like a slightly extravagant purchase, but I actually wore a pair of these every day. Like I wore them all the time on our last set of travels. It's just really nice because I actually got these because it'd be nice to have them for slightly nicer outfits or in the evening, but they're so comfy and they've got such good like sole to them that I actually ended up wearing them even when we're doing loads and loads of walking. So these are great as well.
Some of the other bits that I forgot to mention when talking about my clothes are that I also have a towel, so I do use a towel. And I take 2 hats with me all the time. I wear hats every single day. They're a lifesaver. If you've got fair skin like I have, hats will just save you completely. My neck burns a lot, so these are very useful. And then in terms of shoes, I take a pair of sliders, and these are my North Face walking shoes. These are really, really, really good, really comfortable, and I'll use these for basically hiking. And then I also take a pair of like Nike trainers. They're basically my day-to-day trainers that I'll take around and walk around cities and things in. A lot of these things that we've been talking about in this video are actually on our Amazon storefront, so we'll include a link to that in our description so you can kind of see some of the things that we bring along with us for our travels. So finally, we wanted to talk about an important part of any backpack, which is your toiletries bag. Yeah. Mine has actually seen better days. It's a bit ripped.
So was mine. Literally, like you can see there's a hole in it.
But that shows you how useful these are because we use them day in, day out. And these toiletry bags are amazing because a lot of the time you can hang them in the bathroom and stuff. So these are just perfect for us when we're traveling. In terms of what we've got in there, I'll let you start on that one.
So we both obviously take deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, shower gel, all the sort of essential things that you would take on any trip really. Obviously we've also take toothpaste and a toothbrush. We've also got just like these little holders over the top of the toothbrush so that it doesn't go too gross.
I've got some spare ones here as well.
I take a hairbrush and I also take just sort of extra little bits that I've needed on my travels. So a bit of moisturiser, bit of hand cream. I don't take really hardly any makeup with me either, so I just take like a mascara and a concealer and that's it really. It's just nice to have.
And in terms of me, I basically take just a hair gel. That's the only extra thing I take. I don't take any makeup or anything. So mine's just hair gel, this deodorant, shampoo, conditioner and aftershave basically. That's all I take. I don't really take much. Obviously my toothbrush as well.
Oh yeah, and I've always been carrying one of these around, which is just like a little mirror, which I actually have never used, but you know, handy to have. And then just extra little bits, hair bubbles. I've just got like tweezers, nail scissors, nail file, and that is about it, to be honest.
So finally, these are kind of the last bits we're going to talk you through. First of all, we both have one of these actually. Mine's a lot bigger. We've recently got these because our other bags that we had broke. And what they are is essentially they're day bags. If there's anything you're going to take traveling with you, then it's these. You want to take these traveling with you. They are genius. And basically for the first year of our last travels, I didn't have one of these. And Sarah ended up getting a new one, so I got her old one.
I had to carry everything that we needed for the day, basically, in like a tiny little bag. So it's really good. We've both got one of these now, and it's just handy. You know, phone, just anything
passport.
That you need for the day.
So we went to China, for example. You have to carry your passport everywhere with you. You don't want to be carrying that in your pocket or even in like a normal backpack like this because it's just much more secure in here. And with this one's slightly bigger. So I will then have our camera in there because we're vlogging a lot of the time now. We'll have our camera in there. We'll have a passport, portable chargers. All the camera equipment actually fits in there. So for example, here we've got like the mic for our camera. Very useful, lots of bits in there. So it's like basically like for me, it's an electronics bag for the day.
Yeah.
For Sarah, it's more of
just like bits and bobs, even just little things like I can carry some paracetamol, I can carry a bit of like hand sanitizer, just odd bits that are handy to have throughout the day, and you can just have them really secure on yourself like this. So they're really useful, and we'll put a link in the description as well to these. They're on our Amazon storefront as well.
They're really good ones actually. These are our new ones. They're Tom Tok. Really, really good. So we definitely recommend them. So this is my day bag. You saw this earlier. This came off my main bag. I don't tend to use this a lot, mainly when we're like hiking and things where the smaller bag we've just shown you isn't needed. But in here, I basically have some of the other stuff that can be carried around. So I've got a waterproof jacket. I'll keep that in there so I can easily get to it if it starts raining. I then have my electronics bag. Now this is my favourite thing ever. This has got all of the goodies in there.
All the gadgets.
All the gadgets in there. I won't talk you through all of them, but basically we carry around a spare phone with us each, which is really, really useful. If we lose our phones, then we want a backup phone. It's something that not many people do, but we'd actually highly recommend it. Luckily, we didn't need to use it on the last trip, but we've both got that. Speaker, you don't realise how much this comes in handy. Like the amount of times on our last trip that we were like, we could have done with a speaker. Out in the middle of Mongolia, need a speaker, and we didn't have one. So now I am bringing this with me, JBL speaker, that will come in really useful. And then basically we've just got a load of other stuff like this, which is a universal travel adapter. I think everybody should have one of them when they're going backpacking. Yeah, and just bits like that. So that's my electronics bag. And that fits in my day bag here. And then other things, this is very useful. This is a waterproof bag. So when you're going kayaking or anything like that, sometimes the companies provide them for you, other times they don't. But even if you're just heading to the beach and you know you're going to be swimming and stuff, you can put your phone and all your gadgets in there and it keeps them all waterproof. So very useful. And then finally, within this bag, we also bring with us our laptop. So that's in there. We need a laptop for doing work whilst we're traveling. And this bag, luckily, has a padded back. So you don't need a laptop case because this covers it, which is really handy.
Okay, so last but not least is my sort of smaller bag, which is my rucksack, backpack sort of thing. I take this on a sort of like hand luggage on flights, but again, it can be handy to use if like we're off doing a day of hiking and you just need a bit of extra clothes or whatever with you. So in this bag, it's sort of like my miscellaneous bag, really. And in here I've got, so while Callum carries most of the gadgets and electronics, I'm in charge of all the medical stuff. So I probably could do with a better medical bag if I'm honest. This has sort of grown as we've travelled and we've needed more stuff. It's just handy. You can pick things up as you go, obviously, but it's just handy really to have just a few bits of stuff as you're out and about so that if something does happen, you just got something next to you. So just very quickly, main things, painkillers. I take ginger tablets because I get seasick, and these are good just if you're feeling sick anyway.
They're really, really good. I took them once and wasn't even seasick, just felt sick, and they made me feel loads better.
Yeah, they're great. They're just ginger, so yeah, it's natural. I've got like rehydration sachets in there. We've got very nice diarrhea tablets, Imodium, all sorts of things really.
Hay fever tablets as well.
Yeah.
I get hay fever so bad, and usually when I'm abroad I don't get hay fever. Went to New Zealand, got it super bad. So these are very, very handy for anyone going that sort of area of the world. Yeah. I would highly recommend.
And believe it or not, you can still get colds when you're travelling, even if you're in hot countries, which we discovered on our last trip. So got a bit of like...
it's like Vicks, isn't it?
Vicks equivalent.
Yep.
So then cough sweets, a pen, always handy. You don't know how many times you need to fill out forms, so I've got that in there. And also, this looks really weird, but it's actually really good, and it's for mosquito bites. So this is like a heated thing, and you literally, we zap each other. So you...
It's called the zapper.
I don't know what its technical term is, but you hold it down, it heats up this element at the end, and you press it on your bites, and it actually stops them from itching. So
yeah, it's really good.
We've used this loads.
Really, really good.
And then just other bits, antiseptic cream, things like that. So that's all in there. And then other bits just in my bag again. I've also got an electronics bag that's just got extra cables. It's also got like our power banks. So we each have a power bank, just a really like small one like this, and these are lifesavers too. And actually this has got little cables attached to it. So I don't know if you can see, but it's got one for like an iPhone and one for an Android and equivalent Google phones, things like that, and it's attached to this, so you don't have to carry all your cables with you as well. So
really handy.
This has been really useful for us. Again, just normal things. I've got headphones in here. Callum always tells me off for this. I love this. I bought this really cheap. It's a little fan.
Let us know in the comments, right, if you think that is worth taking. Like, I just think you can get, like, I don't know, a normal fan.
Yeah, you can.
Just carry this around. It is a portable charger as well, so it's
it's 3 in 1. It's got a torch, it's got like a little bit of power to it, and it's a fan.
It's the worst torch I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's not brilliant, but it's more for the fun than anything. So anyway, so just extra bits in there. That's my like electronics, gadgets bag. And then, importantly, sunglasses, sort of like a sleep mask thing. So
useful for planes,
trains, overnight buses, all sorts of stuff like that. The lights normally don't go off, and if you're trying to sleep, that can be handy. Head torch, again, don't use it that often, but when you need it, very useful. Promise this is the last thing, and that is a raincoat. Especially because we're going to be going to some places that are a little bit cooler. This will also double up as sort of a windproof coat, just so that I can wear that on top of like jumpers, tops, just another layer basically.
Last but not least, you're going to need sun cream, and we would basically recommend taking as much of this as you can with you. If you've got space in your backpack, fill it with sun cream, because sun cream abroad is very expensive. You can get it a lot cheaper here in the UK.
Sometimes it's quite hard to find as well, that doesn't have sort of like whitening agents in them as well.
Yeah, if you're in Asia, a lot of them have whitening agents in them, so they're not ideal. So yeah, sun cream, fill your bag up with as much as you possibly can. And I think that is pretty much the last thing in our backpack.
Yeah.
We might have missed a couple of bits, but in general, that's pretty much everything that we're going to be taking with us on this 6-month trip.
So if you don't already, then please hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. If you've made it to the end, then hopefully you've enjoyed this video. And we're super excited to take you with us on the next set of our adventures. And we can't wait. So stay tuned and thank you for watching.
We'll see you on the next travel vlog.